For Seed 582, our key assignment is our collaboration project, and in that project we have 3 parts to it. The first part, we really dived into what communication, collaboration, and consultation meant in education, specifically teaching, doing in-depth reading and research on that. I was able to see how important collaboration is, how important communication is, and how important consultation is, not only for the education team, but also for the student. You know, we do a lot of these collaborations and communications and consultations, you know, without the student. And some we may have with the student, but when we have them without, like, it's very important. It's very helpful for whatever we may be discussing in regards to the student. So I was able to learn a lot from that, and even kind of picture and see what my future may look like in those areas of collaboration, consultation, communication. Since I will be teaching next year, I was able to kind of get a gist of like what it could possibly be like next year. In addition, the part 2, we had to interview a family, and so I was very fortunate that I was able to interview a family friend who had autism, and I've known him since he was our neighbor for about 10 years. And so it was very special to be able to have this interview with this family, but be able to talk to them not on a personal level but on an education level. Asked some questions that I never knew of before, didn't know the answers to, so that was very interesting, and I was able to learn new things about that family and that student, but in addition to autism and how to help families, you know, with a child with a disability. So that was very interesting, you know, and a lot of the additional resources that I found that I gave to the family, I saved so that I could, if I need to, possibly use it for my future students' families. And then part 3 was just like an overall reflection, thought of everything being discussed and what I can do as a teacher moving forward with the knowledge and information that I have learned throughout the semester. This was a very in-depth assignment, but also very intriguing and reflective. I was able to, not that I was able to learn new things, but I was able to reflect and be reminded on the information that I may have learned in the beginning of the semester and retouch on that and have it fresh in my mind. And so I always find it helpful to read things or go over things multiple times, and so being able to read those chapters all over again and sources all over again kind of gave me a replenish. So this collaboration project is one very helpful for the current moment of where I'm at as an aide, but I know the information I learned throughout this semester and specifically in this collaboration project I can use towards my next step in the teaching career.